It's your boy Busy, back at it again, and today we're just going to be talking about investing and how I'll be investing in 2025, which is just right around the corner. I will say I'm not licensed to tell you what to do with your money, so keep that in mind. But before we get started, I just want to thank everyone that's new to the channel. I have been trying to put a lot more time and energy into the channel, and it's nice to see the subscriber count, growing with the energy I put in. So, it does feel good to see a little bit of payoff, and it's all thanks to you. So thank you to all my new subscribers. If you're not already, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot, helps sink that traction in, helps us get picked up on the algorithm. Let's go ahead and get into the topic. This video is basically going to be geared towards new investors, people that are new to Pokemon. Me, myself, I'm not new to Pokemon. I've been collecting since base set, but I have been on quite a hiatus over the last years. So I haven't been collecting probably for over 10 years now. So we'll just consider me in the same boat as a new collector. This video is going to be sort of geared towards my new collectors. So with that being said, what am I doing in 2025? Essentially, you got to be smart. You got to plan ahead. You have to think rationally. And most importantly, you have to be patient and you have to look long term. So for me personally, I am going to be collecting a lot of Pokemon, and I am going to be just sticking to Pokemon in this video. Obviously, I don't put all my eggs in one basket. I got Bitcoin. I got other kinds of crypto. I got stocks as well. So I will say that don't put all your eggs in one basket if you're investing. That being said, let's just stick to Pokemon in this video. Let's just hyper focus into the Pokemon sphere. Me personally, I'm buying more Japanese products than English, simply because the price point to entry is there for me. As you probably know, the Japanese products are much cheaper than their English counterparts, and for some reason the quality of cards are just better. The quality of the card is physically better and cheaper. So for me, I see no reason why not to just start there. But yeah, so if you don't have a lot of capital, if maybe let's say you got $500, $600 maximum to be spending on Pokemon products, I would not be spending that money. If you're brand new, again, I would not be spending that money on graded cards. You might see that nice shiny Umbreon, that beautiful Pikachu. You got the SARs, the SIRs, you got whatever it is, Japanese, English. If it's graded and you're new to this hobby, it's going to look beautiful. You're going to be like, ooh, let me just cop that Charizard. Let me take all this money, I'll buy the Charizard. You've only purchased maybe 1 to 2 items, maybe 3 if you're lucky and you got some good graded cards and you're able to get a deal. At the end of the day, though, are those cards going to go up in value, or are they simply going to remain stagnant over a long period of time? So what are your actual percentages? You know what I mean? How much percentage are you going to gain holding these things? On the other hand, you could take that $600, let's say, and buy an entire case of Super Electric Breaker. Okay? A whole case. That's 12 boxes of Super Electric Breaker. That breaks down to about $50 a box. Now that's a pretty solid deal. You're going to get value out of that, even just holding it sealed. You keep that case sealed 5-10 years, I can almost guarantee you it's going to double in value, if not more. Now let's say you don't want to keep this product sealed. Let's say you're just a degenerate gambler. You take that $600, you buy the case of whatever, Super Electric Breaker, whatever set you want in Japanese, and you break into it. You rip it open. If you want, you can rip it open on screen, on YouTube or TikTok, whatever, just for some traction. So you rip into these products, you find all the chase cards, all the big hits, and you hold them, right? You just seal them up in a little case, you put them in their little sleeve, and you just hold them. You hold them in a binder, you hold them in a hard case. Whatever you do, you keep them safe, right? You're holding on to these chase cards, and you can watch the market. At this point, you would turn to the market and you would say, okay, I got this SAR Pikachu. How much is it going for now? How much is it going for then? Do I hold? Do I sell? And you would just watch the market at that point, and you would sell or keep. In my opinion, I would just hold. Like I said previously, you got to be patient. A lot of people get into Pokemon collecting or TCGs in general, Magic, whatever, One Piece, thinking that they can just buy a box whatever it is, English, Japanese, rip into it and pull that $6,000 card. Ooh, this is worth $3,000. Wow. And just flip it immediately, make tons of money, and run off. You know, those are Timmies. They're very short-sighted. They don't think in the long term. They think of a quick buck, a quick flip and dip. Let me get out of here. I got other things to flip and dip. If you think in the long term and you just keep these products sealed, ripped into, whatever, the value is always going to be there. Pokemon is the highest selling product on earth. Pokemon, the company, is huge. It will never see losses. It has never seen losses. A set has never, ever just lost all its value. You know what I mean? You can just look back for yourself. Sets always either retain or gain their value. As Rudy said over on Alpha Investments, it's just the golden rule. There's a nice little safety net in Pokemon. You can set your money into Pokemon, and you can pretty much trust that it's going to be there at the end of the day. You know, you're going to be able to come back in 5 years, and some value is going to be gained. And so back to that point of ripping into the cards and keeping all the beautiful SARs, you know, after you collect all the beautiful cards, you can just then sell all the bulk, all the you know, the mid-tier hits on TCG Player, on eBay, whatnot, Drip, wherever. You know, and you can make your little side hustle like that, and then maybe even take some of that money and pump it into even more sealed product. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying you have to. You know, you don't have to make a business out of collecting cards. You can just hold. You can just simply hold. Be patient and hold. Sealed product is the best in my opinion because it requires the least amount of work. You know, you buy the products, you search around for a little while, see what the prices are, find you some at a good, reasonable deal, and you buy them, and you keep them sealed. You just keep them sealed. I know you want to rip in, you just want to tear in, you know, like a degenerate and see what's in there, but don't. Just keep it sealed. What I like to do is I buy enough to keep sealed and then also enough to rip. So yeah, behind me over here you can see this is like my little Whatnot stand where I've just been ripping and selling cards on Whatnot. So I do rip into some products, and I also showcase me ripping into products on the YouTube. That's just because I love ripping on in, baby. Breaking in is my favorite. When I find these beautiful cards, the SAR little beauties here, I just hold. I hold on to these, you know what I mean? I don't sell them. I just keep them in their case, keep them sealed away in their little cases, and that's just what it is. Just be careful. Some cards aren't going to hold their value forever. It is a speculative market, you know. At the end of the day, supply and demand, it's all based on what people are willing to spend. So like back to the $600, as I was mentioning. If you were to take that $600 and buy English products, you could maybe get 3 sealed boxes of Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks is sitting at like $210 right now, plus tax and shipping. So, you know, you might be spending a little more than $600, and at that point you're gambling a little more because you have less product to rip into. So the chances of you getting those full art cards, the chance of you hitting those chase cards are just lower. At the end of the day, you know, it's personal preference, but it's smarter to just go the Japanese route. If it comes to investing, you're new to the investing side of Pokemon, I think Japanese is the way to go, and many other people do as well. What else am I gonna say? Oh yeah, avoid scams. Avoiding the scammers. If you're new to Pokemon, just be extremely careful as to where you buy your cards. Fraudulent cards are everywhere. Do not get ripped off. I know you'll see cards, ooh, this is shiny, this is that, oh, it's half off, dude needs to buy a leg transplant for his aunt, so he's selling his base set Holo Charizard for half off. Slow down, it might be too good to be true, you know what I mean? It's probably a fake card. Watch yourself. That's why me personally, I try to slow down on buying singles, because people are getting really good at faking them, to the point where it really comes down to ripping some cards. You gotta like rip a card to tell if it's real, just to see the little black lines in the middle, you know, the little print in the middle. Try to stick towards the sealed market. Buy you some sealed products. Find you a good, you know, verified buyer, verified seller on eBay, on whatever platform you're on, and just make sure you're copping sealed products, because then at least you can verify with your eyes, yo, it's got the seal. You don't want to be accidentally buying a repacked. And speaking of that, if you're new to Pokemon, stay away from vintage altogether right now, okay? If you're new to Pokemon and you got just a limited amount of money, I would say just slow down, because you buy a pack, a sealed pack of fossil, an unweighed sealed pack for $400, $500, and you get $10 worth of cards. Don't do it. Like I said, we only have $600 to spend. Don't spend it on a base set or a jungle or some sort of fossil heavy pack. You know what I mean? Because you're going to get ripped off. So just watch out for scammers. You know what I mean? To sum this whole video up, don't buy slabs. Buy everything either raw or sealed. You know what I mean? Think long term, be patient, and just watch out for those scammers, those scammy scammers. And above all, have fun. Have fun. Collecting anything, whatever it is, should be about fun. It should be fun to you. It should be enjoyable. That's going to be just about it for today, guys. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think? What are your tips? How are you going to be investing your money in Pokemon in the future? What steps are you going to be taking to keep your money safe? Let me know down in the comments, guys. Let's get a little conversation started. I will leave my Whatnot link on screen and down in the description. Feel free to use that to get $15 off on your Whatnot purchases. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell to be notified for future videos. And stick around on the channel with some of these fine videos here. And I'll see you next time. Peace, peace.